Hello YouTube family, it's Renee with another diary entry. Hopefully you're doing well. Today is Wednesday, September 3rd, and I hope your Labor Day weekend, if you're in the US, was good. And hopefully the end of the summer was good for you as well. Now here, school is about to begin, and I'm doing a run for a special needs handicap bus, and it's the afternoon, so this is the pickup from the school to bring them back home. There's only 2 kids on this bus today. Tomorrow we should have 3. There's a kid with a wheelchair. He's not here today, but there's 2 other boys on this bus, and one of them spits. And yeah, you have to be careful where you sit or you'll get sprayed. So that's just for me to fill in for today, Thursday and Friday. Tomorrow regular school starts, and I will be doing my the pre-K kids that I did at the end of the school year in May and June. So anyway, so I figured I'd pop on here and give an update. So my ex-husband is all moved out of his apartment, and that was all last week. It was very tiring. He didn't really have much, but it's a lot when myself and him are doing it. More so me, because he's not able to move really heavy stuff or whatever, but he did help, a lot. We got it done together, which is good. So he's all moved in, and now all 3 of my garages are completely filled to the brim, and I will show you that when I start working on them. There's a car that pulled up behind me. I don't know what they're doing. I'm just waiting for the bus to get here. And yeah, so this vlog is titled, or will be titled, something like The 5 Fishes, or A Tale of 5 Fishes, Dryer Lint, and a runaway dog. It was an eventful weekend that we had. We were under the gun to get everything out of his apartment and cleaned by Sunday the 31st, which we met the deadline. He had a fish tank in there that had to be emptied, and we were going back and forth if he wanted to keep it and for me to set it up somewhere in the apartment. I had an idea of where it was going to go. But, cleaning a fish tank, and it's not that big. It's like this. It was probably 9 or 15 gallon, 9 or 13 gallon, I don't know. And there was like 5 fish in there. So he said, we'll donate the fish back to the aquarium store, and then we'll store it, and maybe someday I'll have another one. So I'm like, okay, whatever you want to do. So he's like, there's 5 fish in there. So we started emptying it down so I can catch the fish, and I got 4, and then I couldn't find the 5th one. There was nothing left in there except the gravel and the water, and a little section where I guess the filter comes down, and I moved everything to try to get the fish to come out, and I couldn't find him. I'm like, well, maybe the fish died and you just haven't seen him. He's like, yeah, that's possible. He's like, all right. So put the 4 fish in a bag, took them to the aquarium store, turned them in. They were happy that we didn't flush them. I was not going to flush anything live down the toilet. I don't do that. I'm an animal person, and a fish person, but I don't eat fish or any seafood, but whatever. So we go back, and then we start to get the fish tank more empty with the water, because it's heavy, and I gotta get it to where I can carry it and put it in a cart and wheel it down, put it in my garage, for the time being. And lo and behold, we found the 5th fish. He was hiding behind a filter area, and he's clear, so he wasn't colorful. He's like a glass fish, and he's clear throughout. I couldn't find him or see him, so we put him back in a bag, and we take him to the fish store again and donate him meet up his friends that were in the other, transported grouping of 4. So that's my fish tail. 5 fish, 4 went on the first trip. The last one went back to there. So, and I think my bus is coming. So on to the next tail. It happened on the way back with, I think, the second fish. And it's about the lost dog. So, but my bus is here, so I will continue the story after I do my bus run. Bye for now. All right, I'm back. So I did my run for the afternoon pickup, and there's a kid sitting in front of me on a bike, so I don't want him to think that I'm creeping out on him. Yeah, so I'm trying to think where I left off at. The runaway dog. So on the return with the one fish, after we found it in the fish tank, after we took his 4 buddies to the aquarium store, we're on our way back and on a busy highway, and here's a little dog running loose, about to get hit by traffic. And I was driving and my ex-husband was with me, but then a car in front of us pulled into a lot, and I followed them into the lot because we both saw the dog at the same time. And the guy out of the other car goes running down the highway to try to get this little dog safe, because it was just taking a long trip on a busy highway, running like a crazy dog. And he couldn't get him. The dog outran him and was heading towards the bridge, the Ben Franklin, I believe, the Ben Franklin or the Walt Whitman Bridge ramp. So I don't know what happened with this dog, if anybody was able to get this dog further down. Hopefully it did not get hit by a car, and hopefully the owners were able to get the dog safely back home. So that was the case of the runaway dog. While we're trying to save fish, look, my hair's all like whacked out, save fish from getting flushed down the toilet, which we would never do. Anyway, the next story is when we were cleaning. I'm cleaning my ex's apartment, making sure everything is clean. We had to putty holes in the wall that he had pictures up on, and mop floors, baseboards, clean the bathroom, getting his laundry out of the dryer. This dude, my ex, never emptied the dryer vent for the lint. I'm so surprised that there was not a fire in his dryer. Hey, I rhymed. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. It was so compacted, and I was going to take a picture to put on here to show you how much dryer lint was in there, but I started just putting it in the trash and put trash upon trash on it. So I was like, I'm not digging this out. I've never seen so much dryer lint in my entire life, at all. So I'm going to start driving, I think, and I will talk to you. Hopefully my phone will stay in this holder and not slide off of my dashboard, because I want to get home, and I'll tell you in a minute why. And why is this like acting weird? Do I have a auto hold on? No, I don't. All right, let me see. Where's anybody at? All right. I'm going to get a shower. So the bus that I'm on for the couple days, today is Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I'm doing a substitute for another aide. It's a handicapped or a special needs bus. So there's 3 children that should be on it. There is 2 children. One is strapped in a harness in the seat, and one just sits with a regular seat belt, and then one is in a wheelchair. The one kid, he's a teenager. I don't know how old he is. He spits on the bus. He spits at the seat in front of him. He spits on the floor. He spits at the bus driver. He spits at me. So I got sprayed a couple times. The bus driver, I feel so bad for her. She got like hit in her hair, in the back of her neck, on her arm. So I'm gonna go home and take a shower because I just feel gross. And it's a shame because, he's special needs, and I get it. And he goes to a special school for children like him that don't have, some are like a very severe case of whatever, or it might be mild. I don't know. I don't know his situation, but I know he spits. And yeah, it's disgusting and gross. So I'm going to talk to the person that runs the bus program, which she's one of my best friends, and let her know, it's really not, it's not good. Nobody needs bodily fluids spit at on whatever. And then he's smearing his spit on the windows and on the ceiling, on the seats. It's gross. The other kid, they're all boys, I believe. We didn't have the wheelchair child today. And the other one that was there today, he bangs on the bus window. I'm like so afraid that he hits it hard. He's going to hurt himself or break the window or both. That's a little concerning. The bus driver says he does it to get attention when the other child is acting up and spitting and whatever. So that was my day today with the bus run. I'm trying to think what else is going on. Labor Day was good. Our community, our apartment community, we had a barbecue cookout, pool party for the end of the season, which was nice. Everybody brought something. I made my dessert. It's called either Death by Chocolate or Dirt. It's like a layered devil's food cake, Cool Whip, chocolate pudding, and crushed Oreos. Everybody loved it. It was gone. It was like a double batch. It was 2 cake mixes and whatever. It was like a big bucket like this. So that went well. They loved it. And something not funny, but it was like it made me think, and it made me sad. When we were a bunch of us girls, and there was a couple guys there. My ex-husband, he left. He was there for the majority of the time. So we went back to the apartment so I can walk the dogs. I wanted to get changed so I can help clean up, and I was in like nice clothes for it. So I wanted to get home and like change so I can come back and like wash some stuff up and clean and help clean up the clubhouse. So I did that. I came back to the party, helped clean up, and then a bunch of us were sitting around. They have a fire pit. It wasn't cold enough for a fire pit, but there was a couple ladies that were cold or cool because they were sitting in the shade. I'm like, it was perfect weather for me. But we sat around the fire pit. So I don't know, there was like probably 10, 12 people and a couple guys there. And one of the guys is he's married, and his wife she's got some health issues, but she was at the party for a little bit, and she went back to the apartment to rest. And she so I was sitting next to him, another lady, and then another gentleman. And the gentleman, I think, is a widow, and the lady is a widow. He's a widower, she's a widow. And then the gentleman that's married, that takes care of his wife with the health issues, we were all kind of sitting next to each other. And the lady asked the two men, they were talking about, because they were widowed, the lady and the one man. And she asked them, were you a good husband to your wife? And he goes, yes, I believe I was. Yes, I was a good wife, or I was a good husband to my wife. And she said to the other gentleman that's married, to the woman with the health issues, she goes, I know you're a good husband because you're always taking care of, her name is Carol. You're always taking care of Carol. And it was so nice to see that, and I know he's a good husband, the one gentleman that takes care of his wife, because I'm in their company, enough to see that he really takes care of her. The other gentleman is the widower, or widower, I don't even know. So she's like, was asking him and like how long they were married and la 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 and all the questions, and it just made me so sad. I mean, I was happy for the wives that were taken care of, But then I thought about my own marriage. And in the very beginning, like, my husband was a super husband. He was so good to me. But then it made me question, was he good to me in a way to where, or because he was doing things that weren't good and I wasn't aware of it? Or was he really sincere and he was a good person and he was a good husband and it was so pure and honest and true? Do you know what I mean? Like, or was it an act, like, for 20 some years? Because, you know, the troubles really didn't start until 2013. And then, so then it made me question, like, oh, you know, it would have been so nice if he could continue on that way for me, as, you know, the other husbands did for their wives. You know, we were younger. I mean, I didn't have health issues. He didn't have health issues. But it just makes me question, like, was it like all fake? Was it real? Was it real up to a certain point, and then, you know, the stress and his MO got the best of him, and then he just changed on a dime? Like, you know, I don't know. But yeah, and it was actually to the point where I was kind of like sad that I was about to like cry. Just that, it was just a simple question that like just sent me into, like, not a dark place, but it just sent me thinking, like, wow, if only things could be different, you know. We're coming up on our 35th wedding. It would have been our 35th wedding anniversary in October, you know, a month and a half from now. And, you know, I was in it for the long haul, you know. I grew up with a broken family. And I was really hoping it was, you know, the end all. But now I question everything. Yeah, I don't know. So I wanted to tell you that. I mean, what do you think? Like, do you think that certain people are are they all the same all the way through and they just hide what they're really like? Or do people change on a dime from stress, or what, like, sets them off onto a different path to where they end up hurting the people that they love and care for? You know, because I'm still hurt, you know, that the stuff that went down and what he did. And, you know, I just, you know, I go back to thinking of different, like, times of our marriage, and, like, did I cover it up and just, you know, accepted it, or was I in denial, or what have you? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, well, I'm pulling into my community, and I'm gonna cut this video off. And yeah, so that's my story of the 5 fishes, the dryer lint, the runaway dog, the spitting of the bus that I'm on. Thankfully, it's only for tomorrow and Friday, and then hopefully I'll be on the pre-K bus all next week, and a normal elementary bus. Oh, and there is someone moving into my building, and there's a truck parked there. So, all right, I'm going to sign off for now, and I will see you in the next vlog. And I want you to take care of yourself and look at my hair. I'm going to go get a shower because I feel scuzzy after the spit show, you know. And I will see you in the next video. That might be me working in my garage, or in my booth, which will be getting done in the next couple days or so. So take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.